Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So Jay, we got the chance to see the fight last night. We actually saw the fight live, even though there was a lot of people that said we didn't even stay up to watch the fight just because we weren't typing in the Discord. But anyway, if you guys are interested in the Discord, please reach out. But and we'll talk a little bit about this as well, Jay. I might as well shamelessly plug our show today, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch us every Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live, where you can call in and debate us. But Jay, I've heard from Eddie Hearns for quite some time that he does not believe that Canelo Alvarez is interested in a fight with Terence Crawford. It's my personal opinion that he is not interested necessarily in a fight with Terence Crawford because, you know, to have a legacy-defining fight, Jay, it has to be beneficial for both fighters in order for it to really define their legacy, Jay. I mean, when you think about it, if Canelo Alvarez were to fight Terence Crawford, what does he really gain out of it? If he wins, he just beat a guy that moved up 3 weight classes. And some of you guys will say he's moving up 2 weight classes, but he hasn't done anything at 154 yet.
It's 3.
So it's 3 weight classes, right? So that's not a legacy defining fight for a guy that when he wins, they're just going to say the opponent was small. So I don't believe that he's going to fight Terence Crawford. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Turki Alalshikh is going to come to the table with enough money to make that fight, but I don't think so. And I think that is the reason why Turki Alalshikh is now saying that he would be interested in a Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis Q1 2025. And quite frankly, Jay, that's the fight that should be made in and around that weight class, right?
Exactly.
Terence Crawford here, this was maybe, 8 weeks ago or so. He said, well, if you want me to fight Jaron Ennis, pay me. Now, he didn't say Jaron Ennis specifically, but the buzz around that time was Jaron Ennis, Jaron Ennis, Jaron Ennis. And his response was, if you want me to fight, pay me. Well, you guys have heard me on this platform say that if Terence Crawford stayed at 147 pounds, he has to fight Jaron Ennis. If he moves on to 154, then that's fine. I'm not saying Terence Crawford is scared, but it's like he's moved on, right? But at the end of the day, in reality, the fight really doesn't bring the ducats that Terence Crawford would be interested in. But I've now changed my stance. And I've changed that stance because...
You can do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't do... With new information, you can't change your stance. You just got to say the exact same thing over and over, no matter how much the information has changed since you had your original stance. But however, since then, Turki Alalshikh has become a player in boxing, which means that theoretically the money is there. It is now worth it for Terence Crawford to fight Jaron Ennis. And because it's now worth it financially for him to fight Jaron Ennis, and Terence Crawford has stated out of his own mouth, if you want me to fight him, pay me. What's the problem? What's the problem? You can hit me up with all that Terence Crawford is trying to become three division undisputed. Man, don't nobody care about that. You know what people really care about? The best fighting the best, regardless if they have a belt or not. We understand what happened. We understand what happens with sanctioning bodies, where sanctioning bodies will position fighters based off of their promotional affiliation, and they'll get titles. I mean, we've seen that multiple occasions. So I don't care about a champion having a title. I care about what I see with my own 2 eyes, and I say this guy and this guy are the 2 best fighters in the division. I want to see them fight. That's what you want to see. Or this guy and that guy in and around each other's weight class. I want to see those guys fight each other. I don't care who has a title. So he could take a break from his quest to become undisputed and fight the biggest name and the biggest or the most fiercest competition that he'll see in and around that weight class in Jaron Ennis. That's what I want to see, Jay. What's your thoughts?
No, I've been clamoring for this for the longest. I mean, I was a little upset with Turkey talking about the fight for Canelo and Bud, and then Bud and David Benavidez at 160. Like, Turkey, come on, dude. That was crazy. But now that he's finally come to his senses, being like, oh, the best fight in and around at 147, 154 would be Boots. And now Boots look pretty good against David Avenesian. We can do it. So I'm like, yeah, get the money up there. So then that can no longer be an excuse. You know, we're all about wanting to see the best fight the best. And get it. We never said that Boots would beat Bud. We're saying it's the best fight available though at 147, 154. That's what we are saying. You know, we can deliberate and talk about the matchups later if it happens. You know, but right now we want to see the best fight the best. Y'all say that's what y'all want to see. Y'all say y'all want to see the best fight the best. So why y'all keep giving all these excuses and moving the goalposts when it comes to Boots? Well, Boots didn't say this. Boots need to do this. Then if he does it, well, Boots being out of character. So you can't have it both ways on this, man. So Turkey, keep doing your thing with this right here. This is the one I really want you to push. I still want you to push the Canelo and Benavidez, but right now, push this one right here. Boots versus Bud. If they stay around 154, 147, push that. That way we get this out the way first quarter of next year, and we can start off 2025 with a banger. This will be a banger.
So many excuses as it relates to Jaron Ennis. Who has he fought? He hasn't fought anyone. When it can be argued that that was the same thing that was presented to Terence Crawford as the reason why he wasn't getting the Errol Spence fight. So you see it one way, but you don't see it the other. And I know a lot of people hang their hat on the fact that Terence Crawford had all these accolades, but as I said earlier in our conversation, or at least what I was saying on this video, is that I don't really care about belts. You know, you can, man, anybody can have a trinket, right? How many trinkets you've collected doesn't really matter to me. It's the eye test and what I see in your opponents. And I feel that Terence Crawford hadn't fought what I would deem as elite competition at the point at which he fought Sean Porter, right? You got to give people the opportunity. You can't say in one breath that Terence Crawford was avoided and that's the reason why he hasn't fought this guy, that guy, and this guy, but then dismiss the fact that Jaron Ennis is also extremely dangerous and that's the reason why he hasn't fought some of these same names that you're talking about. Right? How does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense, right? And then how do you make the comment that Jaron Ennis needs to go up and fight at 154 and collect the belt and put himself in the way of Terence Crawford, but then do not have the same logic as it relates to Terence Crawford moving up to 168 pounds and putting himself in the way of Canelo Alvarez, right? Like one has to move up and collect the title. The other one doesn't have to move up and collect the title. And it just makes no sense to me. And when you start to talk about, well, that's a historic fight for Canelo Alvarez. That's the reason why he should just accept Terence Crawford and not force him or not want him to move up and actually have to fight for a title. Well, it's only a historic fight, again, when both fighters stand to gain something from the outcome of the fight. Canelo Alvarez is not going to gain anything for beating Terence Crawford. All we're going to say is that he was too small, period. So my thing is, hey, at the end of the day, stop with the double standards. Let's keep it consistent. And I'm not saying that Jaron Ennis, I would lean towards Terence Crawford to win that fight, but I am interested in seeing what Terence Crawford looks like when he's in the ring. Yeah, I want to see what it looks like when he's in the ring with somebody that got the same reach, who is also athletic, who he won't just have a natural size advantage over, right? Those are the things that I want to see and see how he fares against an opponent like that. That's it. So, Jay, anything else you want to share?
Nah. Nah.
All right, you guys let us know what you think in the comment section in regards to this. Turki Alalshikh talking about the possibility of a Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis fight. Q1 2025. Say what?
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it. You guys let us know what you think. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, M Sports Media, and we are out.